couple of years.
This meeting is being recorded.
So we want to, as you know, as I was mentioning in Spanish, this is an event where you can present your startup to the world. We can reach many countries you cannot imagine, and also you can extend your startup to unlimited countries. Now I want to introduce some of the judges first. If of the judges will introduce himself, and then we will start in the order as I mentioned, Juan, Renzo, etc. No, so let's start with well, in the order of my screen, Gafo Banca, a good friend of mine and also judge here. Go ahead, Gafo.
Hi, Aldo. It's a pleasure being on board within Chile and Peru Unicorn Pitches. For the ones who haven't met me in the past, my name is Guy Avanca. I'm, for the past 2 years, a jury member of various events within the Unicorn Global Pitches, battles, and of course, specific events. I'm a finance executive for the past 15 years, mostly working with various production and technology-oriented company. Aside of my working engagements, I'm also working as a mentor and a consultant for a startup ecosystem in the region of Southeast, Eastern, and Central Europe. Also, I'm connected with a couple of, do you hear me? I have some issues with the connection, so I'm not sure. So if you hear me, I will continue in the capacity of a consultant and being a representative to multifamily office. I help them in advisory services and helping with suggesting the proper investments in deep tech, med tech, fintech, and industry agnostic startups. So knowing from the previous experience within Chile and Peru and generally LATAM region, I can freely say that I'm pleasantly surprised and excited considering the number of startups that apply to this event. And by reading their summaries, I think that there is a quality, a high quality for today's startups. So I'm really excited for this event, and hopefully I will connect with you guys and assist you in any capacity whatsoever. Thank you, Aldo, for the opportunity and for inviting me for this event.
Now I see you're next in my screen. I see. Go ahead, please. Introduce yourself.
Ayşe, I think.
Ayşe.
Ayşe. How are you, Aldo?
Yes.
Thank you. Greetings to all. I am Ayşe Kaşıkçı from Turkey. I am independent consultant. I wish success to all startups who will make presentations today. I'm very exciting. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Ayşe. Anil Joshi.
Good morning, all. I'm Anil from India. I run a fund called Unicorn.Ventures. We are early stage venture fund. Currently, we invest in India and UK. We've invested so far in 35 companies in India and a small portfolio of 7 companies in the UK. We are tech focused and had been associated with Unicorn.Events, I think, for almost now 3 years. Had judged several events. So glad to be part of this. Wish you all luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Let me check who is next. I see Gallo, Christian Velasco. Introduce your Christian.
Aldo, can I suggest Christian is among the judges. I don't see
Yes.
Okay, great. Now they updated. Yeah, great. Christian, go ahead.
Go ahead, Christian.
Go ahead
with your introduction, please. Just 1 minute introduction yourself.
Sí, perfecto. Sí, yo soy Managing Partner y socio de WeBoost. Es un fondo de inversión que está con oficinas en Chile. Es un fondo de 17 millones de dólares que invierte en startups en etapas tempranas, pre-serie A, con base tecnológica, y principalmente para apoyarnos en el escalamiento en América Latina, desde México hacia abajo, incluido Brasil. Tenemos una red de partners en los distintos países y los ayudamos en el escalamiento con 4 grandes temas, con capital, con gestión nuestra. Entramos activamente en el apoyo a las compañías, con un proceso de escalamiento y una red de apoyo en cada uno de los países. Tenemos 8 inversiones hasta el día de hoy, estamos activamente buscando nuevas inversiones.
Thank you, Christian. I don't know, we are recording for all the community in English. So next time, Christian, your speech in English.
Oh, I could be in English also, yes.
Yes. That's okay.
No worries, Christian. Okay. If it's easier for you, mainly the importance is that the audience and the startup presenters are going to understand you. And since everybody is from Chile or Peru, they understand you. But nevertheless,
that's perfect. Yes,
yeah, it's okay for this time.
It's okay because we talk in Spanish before. Anil was here, but he was just looking at us. The important now is that now you will have the chance to present your pitch. You have 3 minutes, and then you will answer some of the questions from the jury. So good luck to all of you. Now we will start with you, Renzo. Go ahead.
Great, thank you. So, hello everyone. Let me know when I can start.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay. So, I am Renzo. I am the CEO of Lomi. We are the platform of local markets. Only in Chile, we have more than 270,000 small and medium local markets, and they have the best quality, best prices, and also fresh products. But they cannot go directly to the consumer because they don't have the capabilities. But also, if they want to go through the supermarket, they have high cost. So we create Lomi as a solution of the problem of growth in local markets in Latin America. In the beginning, the first step, we purchase to the suppliers and local producers, and we sell online in our dark stores. In the second stage, we acquire a company with the Horeca channel, and also we create a warehouse basically to classify, select, and picking to the processing foods in Horeca, and also to sell to direct to the consumer in our dark stores. And the third one, the third stage, with all this experience, we create a software as a service model to transform the local stores in every city into a dark store, and they can sell online under the Lomi brand. So with this technology, we can promote the local market in different verticals, business verticals. So for the front end, we have an application mobile, and also we have a web page to sell and to deliver in less than 60 minutes, and also to schedule orders in 24 hours. And we create an interface for the operators or for the Lomi partners to manage the order, to see in real time the inventory, to set up the price and also the promotions, and a delivery system to the last mile logistics. So with these Lomi partners, we are growing from 3 cities to 18 cities in less than 12 months. And currently we open Rancagua, Providencia, La Serena, Talca, and Los Angeles as a Lomi partners, as a software as a service model. In terms of our traction, we reached the $160,000 in the last month between the B2B and B2C sales. So we are preparing our Series A to scale and to go other market like Peru and Colombia. Is a 5 million funding with a save of 25 millions. Our traction in this year, we are reaching 2 millions, and for the next year, we are planning 7 millions. That is Lomi. We're the platform of local markets. Thank you.
Excellent, Christian. Thank you. Now we will have some questions from the judges, if any.
Yeah, I raised hands.
Yeah, I see your hand. Sorry, go ahead.
But if anybody else wanted to be before me, I don't have nothing against. So
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Well, great presentation. Like the revenue, traction, all the numbers, but I haven't seen anything about your competitors. So can you elaborate a bit more about your competitive landscape and what differentiates you among the local and international players in your arena?
Yeah, thank you for the question. In the first stage and second stage of Lomi, we see a lot of competitors. You have Joker, Pedidos Ya, I don't know, also in Europe, you can see Gorillas. All these competitors, all these players are focused in the quick commerce, and they are burning a lot of capital to do it. In this model with Lomi partners, we don't see these competitors in the same way, because we are growing a lot without the same amount of capital. So that is a huge opportunity for us. And in terms of the consumers, obviously we have some competitors in terms of the ticket, but in our case, our focus is fresh products. And Pedidos Ya, Joker, and all these players, the average ticket is around $10, and we are around $30. So our jobs to be done for our consumers is a purchase for 1 week or 2 weeks. And in the case of these competitors, is something impulsive, basically. So we are differentiate in the business model. A lot of these competitors, in terms of the consumer, we are different of the jobs to be done, basically.
Thanks for the feedback. What I would like also to learn, and since you already raised the question about the niche and whether you see your opportunity, is your target market. Can you tell us a bit about your total obtainable market, and of course the serviceable market that you're planning to grasp in the next period, year, 2 or 3?
Yeah.
And of course, after completing it, because I haven't seen that any judges so far has raised hands, can you repeat once more your forecast and actual financials? I'm speaking about your year-to-date financial. What is your total revenue so far? What is your monthly recurring revenue? And of course, your yearly revenue, so that I can see a bit more about your growth and your potentials in terms of finance, of course.
In this month, for example, in October, we are reaching the $200,000 in revenues as an average, and in this year we will reach over the 2 millions, almost 2.3 millions in revenue.
So what's your year to date? What is your current revenue at this specific moment? I know that by the end of the year you have a forecast that is going to be like 2.3 million US dollars. And what is your current revenue for this year, and total revenue from the commencement of your startup?
Yeah, we are closing to 1.4 millions until September. So in this month, as I mentioned before, we are reaching the $200,000 in this month, October.
Great. And what about your total serviceable market? What is the that as well?
The market is huge. We have a slide, but for the time I cannot put it. But
you just deliver it by speech.
Yeah, we're planning to have a market of or a sale of 25 millions of annual ARR in 3 years. So it's a very aggressive plan to include the Colombian market and also the Peruvian market. But the total market is huge because you can transform the traditional channel, all the local stores. So we can have a store by a community. So we can, as a consequence, we can have the quick commerce. We can deliver in 15 minutes, but without funding that. So it's something very interesting. It's a consequence. It's not our focus.
Thank you very much, Renzo, for answering my thorough questions.
Yes.
I will leave it up to Anna and Christian.
That's okay. We have a couple of questions. We just brief questions. If you have a long answer to do, yes, follow up. Please, we can share our contact. Okay, go ahead. First, Anil.
Hey, Renzo, nice presentation. I'm keen to know what's your cost of customer acquisition?
The customer acquisition, the cost. Okay,
yeah.
We in the last year was around $50, and right now we are around $12. So we are reducing a lot the cost of acquisition. Is something very important for us right now. So yeah, that is the cost.
And what's your average realization per order?
The lifetime value. I'm sorry.
Average realization per order. How much money you make per order?
Yeah. Every order is around $30. Yeah, and also we have a frequency of the recurrent users of $2. Of two orders by month.
Okay, thank you.
And,
thank you.
And the
Christian,
lifetime value is around $250 around that. Christian.
Go ahead, Christian.
Sí. Hi, Renzo.
Hi.
We've talked before.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to know what is your actual burn rate? I remember was high, and the gross margin that can contribute to that burn, and the run rate that you already have with your money in cash.
Yeah, good questions. In the first one, the burn rate is around $80,000. $80,000 right now. We are reducing a lot. In the last year, it was around 200. The second question is the runway, or which one was?
Gross margin.
The gross margin. The gross margin is right now is 8%. The gross margin, or contribution margin, and we have a front margin of 28% right now.
Sorry. What was the 8 versus the 28?
The 28 is the margin of the products. We both the product, and also when we sell the product, we have 28 of margin, 28%. And in the final of all the direct cost, we have the 8%.
And how can you have an 8% positive margin and have such a high burn rate? What does that mean?
Yeah, we have a lot of capital in marketing, so we spend in acquisition cost, and also in the people in HR.
But if you're burning 80,000 a month in acquisition cost, how can you have acquisition cost of $12?
No. It's HR and acquisition and marketing cost. So we have around 20,000 in marketing, and the rest is HR, the team, basically.
Oh, so the contribution is before the team structure cost.
Only the direct cost.
So we have to move to the next presentation.
Thank you. Christian.
Now it's turn of S2 Sumeria, Nicolás Lucky. I don't know if Nicolás? Sumeria, yeah, it's here. Go ahead, please, Nicolas, and start your presentation. And one thing before, please, judges, start voting since the first participant first start up, because I know that if you wait until the last one, we may have some trouble. So start voting, please. Nicolas, you are not answering, and I see that you.
Hello?
Okay. Okay, Nicolas, go ahead.
Hey, how are you doing? Please let me know when you are looking at my screen. I see that we are rolling, right?
Yes,
it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Nicolas. I am the co-founder and CEO of Sumeria. We are building the first emotional scoring platform to help companies increase their sales and, most important, the customer retention. I always like to start with her because to my mind, it comes a really important question, and it is, why should I care how you feel? Or for any company, why should they care how their customers feel? And the answer for us is pretty obvious, because we as humans make decisions based on our emotions. We behave regarding how we feel, and most of us want to feel great. So the problem that we see is lack of empathy inside of the companies. Only 13% of customers believe that a commercial person, as salespeople, can really understand their needs. And I really like how Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel Prize of Behavioral Economics, says it. We are not thinking machines that feel. He says it's quite the opposite. We are feeling machines that think. So companies that understand this and can get an emotional connection with their customers have two competitive advantages. The first one is that they almost double in sales. And the second one is that they have 3 higher lifetime value, because customers feel understand, they feel unique, they feel really important. And that's what we do in Sumeria. Our whole purpose is to enhance empathy for the organizations and their customers to improve those relationships. In the past, we saw the contact 1.0, and it was when you would go to a store and see someone face-to-face with a really personalized treatment. The world has changed. We live in an economy where everything is digital, and it is great because it's really scalable and you get demographic data, but we lost that human connection. And what we want to do for the future with Sumeria is the best of those worlds. We are going to collect all the emotional data to ensure that the digital connection is actually human. And you're going to ask me, Nicolas, how do you do it? So we developed the first emotional scoring platform. Using AI, we are able to detect and to measure emotions in every customer call. And companies that use the emotional scoring increase their conversion rate in sales because they can really prioritize and segment opportunities by the real interest. They also improve the customer retention because they can measure quality and satisfaction on each one of their team's interaction. And finally, and most important, they improve the NPS and the brand perception because they can track empathy. Empathy becomes a KPI and they understand how to improve it. So just one proven use case with a retail company in Chile, they were able to measure emotions in their agents and measure emotions with the customers and do the match regarding the emotional affinity. And we were able to increase by 300% the conversion rate in debt collection. So we are 21 in the team right now. Domingo and Juan Ignacio are my 2 co-founders. We met on the first year of university back in 2008. And we've been working, studying, and doing projects together since then. In the company, we have anthropologists, we have psychologists, we have data science. So it's a very broad team. Right now, we are operating almost everywhere in Latin America with big customers like Banco Azteca or Falabella or Santander, which are great companies in the region. So the total addressable market is $127 billion. And just so you know, companies make more than 1 billion calls per day and also more than 1.4 billion video conferences per day. So if we get 0.1 market share, we will become a unicorn. So how does this work? We connect with any calling application. We get this information to Sumeria, we process it. We also have a dashboard, and then we can get this information to the CRM or to any other platform. And we charge a fee per minute that we analyze the emotional scoring. And just to close, we grew in the minutes analyzed from last year 220%. Today we have 12 corporate customers, and our dream is to become the heart of every business. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicolas. Subrata, your mic is on, and we can hear something that you're saying. Excellent presentation, Nicolas.
Thank you.
And I see that you grew a lot in our region already. So Christian, you kept your hand raised, so you are the first one. Christian.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I keep it raised by before, but I wanted to ask, so it's good. Congratulations, Nicolas. Very interesting what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
What is the actual technology that you are using for that? It was not clear, and if it's proprietary?
Yes, it is, and we use voice. So with voice, you have two very important inputs. The first one is what's being said, and the second one is how it's being said. So once you use both and you understand tonality, silence, once you understand tonality, silence, and the words, that's the best way to actually understand emotions. And the second way to understand emotions that we are going to implement probably next year, it's in the roadmap, it's analyzing microfacial expressions, because a smile is a smile here or in the US or everywhere.
Okay, and how do you manage the privacy concerns to monitor all of that?
So companies that we work with, they have to declare that every call is being recorded. That's by law, that's what they have to do. And they also have to record the calls for a period of time, usually 2 to 5 years. So that's an input that they already have and they are not really using. The only use case that they do is that they have quality teams that hear one by one with a person, and he assigns a good grade or a bad grade on how was the attention on the call.
Okay, and the last one, but once you detect an emotional action, what actual action do you trigger to the operator? What do you manage? What is the actual thing that you move?
Yeah, that's also a great question. And there are different options. For example, once we understand who is the best kind of agent for the different profiles, we can do a matching and we can let you know who is the best agent to talk to the customer. A completely different one is you are not gonna use the same words to talk to someone who is really angry versus someone who is really, really interested and show a really good happiness level. So when to contact, who should contact, and even what to say. Those are different options that you can use. And when you measure inside your team, you can also understand which things are low or high on your team. For example, you might see that one of your agents is really, really low on confidence and on passion. So you need to train that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Gallo. I don't know if you can ask Nicolas inside or outside here, because we need to move forward. Or is this brief question? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it's definitely brief question. It's concern traction. I already, I would just add, and I comply with Nicolas's questions and concerns. And my question is of pure commercial nature. So can you connect, I have seen that your current condition is concerning more than 20 non-disclosure agreements with various companies. But what I would really like to know, what lies behind that. Are there, are these business cases considering potential business exploration or paid studies with the concern of improving your platform and your product? So, but first of all, would like to hear about the traction, current traction, as you're being an operating business.
Yeah, so our North Star metric is the amount of minutes that we analyze. So we are currently analyzing a little bit above 300,000 minutes, and we charge by each minute. And that's brought in 12 different companies right now. We do have a big amount of non-disclosure agreements and demos that are starting this quarter and the next one. They are about long sales cycles because we work with corporates. So they usually take between 3 to 6 months, the process. So that's where we are at right now.
Great, great. I must praise your pitching, really articulate, great presentation, and just continue what you're doing. So good luck.
Thank you, Nicolas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we will switch an order. We will present S7 Crino. Victor, please go ahead. He's going to board a plane. So let's start with you, please. Go ahead, Crino. Victor from Crino. He's on the plane now. Victor. I don't see him.
Aldo, may I suggest to move to the next startup, and if he comes back, then maybe put him somewhere in between or at the end of the event.
Let's go in order with S3, Sugar Block, Sebastian.
Perfect.
Hello there, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, hola? Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Oh, okay, okay, thank you. Thank you. Hello, guys. Sorry for the disconnection.
No worries. Just open the presentation and put it in a full screen mode, and then you can start with your pitching.
Yeah.
Sure. So thank you so much for the time. This is Victor Prieto. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Crino, the platform where we are transforming complex business processes into a simple chat line in LATAM. Digital communication between B2C companies is complex and expensive, as WhatsApp and multiple chat queries are varied and require a person to analyze and provide an answer. This is well known by real estate companies, the majority of our clients, that when a client comes to them and asks for a quote, a date, or an evaluation, they used to provide a human-to-human support. As this happening in real estate, I know this could be a part of the problem that you may know in the large and medium companies in LATAM that interact in average 67 times a year with their clients, that in time is equivalent to more than 4 months in low value activities. And for that, we created Crino, the platform you use to simplify your complex business processes into a simple line of chat. Sorry, by the way, for the noise, but I'm in another conference. So sorry, really. Well, our platform connects all the processes and systems of our clients in a smart and deep way that allow us to provide an automated solution to all your client inquiries, transforming your operation into a day-to-day operation smart system that generates data. Our business model is very simple. We charge a monthly fee based on the number of conversations of your users into our platform. And just for you to know, until today, only in WhatsApp, hosts almost 1 billion conversations a month of companies and people only in Latin America, that with an average value of 20 cents by chat, generates a market opportunity of more than $2 billion, okay? Our platform distinguishes itself in the market as the one that offers an automated conversation that is full and ready to use, focused on an industry business case. That allows us to reduce the SaaS setup time from 13 weeks to only 5 days, and this is actually accelerating. And to guarantee this differentiation, we work in a system ecosystem based on three pillars. The first is based on the industry solutions, and second, that allow us to be more deep with an apps ecosystem connected, and third, that are focused by each customer journey. This model is very scalable. As you gain and deepness and conquer each industry and business case, this transforms to an engineering equation that you can be replicated to other industries. We are a multidisciplinary and multicultural team that combines startup and scale-up experiences, in addition of an experimented board, expert on SaaS, AI, and real estate. We currently have 25 clients with a 20K lifetime value and a 32 MRR. that allow us to be in a break-even point and an average 65% quarterly growth. However, since this quarter, actually, we are testing some experiments of digital distribution using growth hacking models that makes more match with our ready-to-use model that reduce our sales cycle in a much more automated and for short. Okay. We want to invite you to join to this mission of help more than 100 million Latin American people to focus on what really matters. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Victor. If you have any question, the judges. Go ahead, Gallo.
Thank you, Aldo. I'm always waiting for somebody else to go before me, but of course, I will ask my question. Victor, really interesting presentation, interesting business concept. You almost presented everything that is of investors' concern. But my question would be more focused about your current product and what is left to be done. I mean, are you planning to improve your platform, and what else would like to know more about your business model, you know,
Sure.
As its current state, and is it focused on B2B or is it also business to consumer?
It is always B2B. To be honest, until today, we used to go with clients in a very consultative way. You know, we have a lead generation team, we have a commercial team that, you know, not each client, very similar to Nicolas, you know, to corporate clients and say, hey guys, you may need this. But we understand that actually they need that, but not only them, but also another level of companies that are the medium and let's say the medium companies. For instance, real estate companies, automotive companies, maybe clinics companies that are actually searching for something that is specific for them, but it's not as expensive as the one that, you know, the biggest companies can afford, okay? So we are providing this ready-to-use ecosystem that we create a business case, okay? So this is like ready-to-use, you know, it's specifically for your country, for your industry, for your business case, and connected with the platforms that you use. And then we said, okay, guys, this is it. You know, it's very similar to maybe, I don't know if you may know Zapier. You know, Zapier provides you the connection between within softwares, and they said, okay, I already have the connection. You use it in the way that you have it, that you want it in your business, but this is already done. So this 90% of the jobs to be done for the client are actually done, right? So this is very specific for the client. And that's let's say the current state of the product. In terms of what's next, you know, there's a lot of things in terms of technology, but also in business model, because 90% of the business cases that we have in the software are actually based on sales and pre-sales. That means that, for instance, 70% or maybe 65% of the queries that happen into our platform are actually people that are asking to buy something. And in some cases, we provide, for instance, a quotation, and we provide in some cases an evaluation of the credit risk. Okay, we, by the way, connected to other systems, not created by us. You know, this is not our core value. But at the end, we are starting to build this lead value prediction that it's understanding very similar actually to what Nico presented, to understand where the client is and, okay, provide something very specific and provide a more specific offer. And in some cases, actually, this is something that the real estate, some real estate companies ask us, hey, can you provide credit? I'm not a fintech, but maybe I can position it some credit, right? So this is like the long-term vision. Today, it's very focused on scale, and this is digital. Is this digital way that I already talked about, right? I don't know if
thank you.
Thank you very much.
We need to move forward because we have the rest of the startups waiting for the pitch. So now, Sebastian.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for waiting, and thank you, Victor.
Perfect.
Sebastian, go ahead, please. Sugar block.
Great. There it is. Yep. So, hello everyone. I'm Sebastian from Sugarblock. Is it loading? Sorry. Yeah, Sebastian from Sugarblock. Your crypto working for you. Simple. What are we? We are a crypto platform for people. We are basically a CDFI. a model that mixes the centralized finance with decentralized finance at the click of a button. We're basically a BlockFi 3.0 for Latam. We believe in democratizing the access to digital wealth in the shape of cryptocurrencies in a super simple ways. And we're gonna do it by creating this product that continuously is evolving with different features. What do we do in a simple line? We help people in Latam to buy, generate, use, and inherit digital wealth in the shape of cryptocurrencies in a super simple way, all in one platform. What do we have? We currently have two softwares. We developed SugarBlock for the user and Gita, that is an internal software for the company in which we control the KYC information, the anti-money laundering, everything related to the platform to have a healthy growth and have everything secure and under control. Why we do it? Because we believe that a crypto platform needs to be simple, and the mass adoption of this new technology needs to be simple and secure. People make mistakes. I have made mistakes in the crypto journey, so this needs to be simple and safe. How do we make money? We get a percentage of the yield generated by lending, staking, and accessing liquidity pools. Of course, the user just clicks a button and they're generating yields. This complicated part is for us. Who are we going for? We, as our strategy, we are going for high ticket, not crypto investors yet in Latam, and high ticket crypto holders that currently, for example, they have their crypto in different exchanges and the opportunity cost rises because they're not generating yields, the same as BlockFi in the case of the US. How are we doing? Our North Star metric is boom, Bitcoins under management. And since we started in March this year, we are currently have an asset under management in boom at around 320K. What's next? The main goal for this year is to allow people to buy cryptocurrency directly inside their SugarBlock platform. And the main goal for the next year is focused to launch our debit card to allow users to go get a beer using their credit card and using the funds that they have in their SugarBlock account. And of course, the most important part, who we are a blockchain clan on a big mission. We are 7 people working in SugarBlock at the time. And we hope by the end of the week, we are going to have Maria Milagros, our Chief Legal Officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian. Now, nice presentation. Yes, we have now open questions from the judges, if any. Now, Sebastian, I'm taking the chance to just, you started a company in a crypto bear market. So if you now have revenue during this season, I think that you will do a lot more during the bull market.
Yeah, we believe the same. It's been really hard. We have watched our partners die, companies here, but the same, it's been really, really hard. But we try to just focus on build, because we know that this is cycle, and the next cycle is going to be on 2024. So we need to just keep building, keep improving the UX until that point. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Gallo, I know you want to ask something.
Yes, I'll try to be short with this one. Great presentation. I see that you have a lot of experience with developing the platform, your knowledge about cryptocurrencies and generally its market is perceivable. And can you tell us a bit about your current beta contracts? I mean, are you having it, or you're negotiating with some institutional partners as well, as I see that there lies an opportunity? And as I see within your summary within the startup networks explanation is that you have around $300K US of assets under management. So this is something that you already have acquired. And are you working to increase it and manage it as well? And what is your target in terms of improving your platform? Are you working on some specific models, or it's already finished?
Yeah, we are currently in the soft launch, finishing the soft launch. SugarBlock is not fully ready. We're using a technology called Ledger Vault, that is the institutional solution from Ledger, a company in the US. And we are fully integrated with that. We just signed a deal with Simplex, that's a provider, and they're gonna allow us for people to just use their credit card to buy crypto in SugarBlock. That's currently not available. People cannot buy crypto inside SugarBlock. They need to buy it on a different exchange and then transfer it. So I would say that the platform is 80% ready. And that's our main wall, because we are the users we have and the asset under management that we have, it's kind of organic, talking like friends, family, and people that is known about this. And we are really, really struggling and stressed to just launch, because everybody wants to buy crypto inside the platform. And of course, we need to be very, very specific in deliver that technology. I hope, we're gonna have it. For December this year, we're gonna launch that feature. And I forgot your first question. What was it?
Well, my question would concern your financials. Do you have some, as you're a product, I mean, you haven't launched your product yet. And do you have some pre-traction figures or some idea about your forecasted financials? You know, what is going to happen when you come to the point of launching your product? What you generally need in order to, have you for the current condition developing your soft launch? I mean, how you have funded your startup so far? Is it just the friends and family, or crowdfunding, or you have already raised with some angelic investors in the past? So can you elaborate that as well? Because many of us would like to know what's your current situation in terms of raising money. Are you planning to go seed or Series A? What about that?
Perfect, yeah. To launch SugarBlock, the 3 founders, we put it funds from ourselves. And to survive a year, we just raised a little ticket to have a runway of 12 more months. The SugarBlock is currently generating almost $2,000 in monthly recurring revenue right now. And we will finish this year with 20 BTC of Boom. And for the next year, we're expecting to have the first 500 BTC, because the next year is just launch the final platform for users to just buy. We have almost 70% of the registered users in SugarBlock that they're like, okay, I'll wait until you have the option to buy, because I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to buy in another place to transfer. I'm going to buy. So yeah, that's the wall. And we expect to have to end 2023 in the next, well, we're going to be still in bear market to end with 500 Boom. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sebastian.
Thank you, Sebastian. Gayo, we need to move forward. The next participant is for Turov. Please, Carlos. Wait.
Okay,
Carlos, go ahead.
Yes.
Please.
Do you see my screen? Okay,
Perfect.
go ahead.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So for the first time, you'll see a startup that impacts everyone that you already know. So ask yourself, do you know someone that doesn't not work or didn't work in the hybrid new way to work? Everyone, because the world changed the new way to work. So that is what we're facing. Billions and trillions even of dollars are wasted because the vacancy of office is just going up. And this new way needs technology to solve it. We took the best practices of the huge tech company to build an amazing, fast, disruptive, and unique platform to solve both worlds. We create a marketplace of workspace where you can find every kind of workspace in just but one click, from co-works to hotels, and with our business model, office sharing. That's mean private corporate office that share that space. We did through a friendly platform where the landlord can do by himself the complete onboarding. Our booking engine can show them to allow them to accept or reject new bookings in real time. So they manage their workspace with our new way of income per hour, per midday, per day, per weekend, per month, we give them new incomes. So it's a platform completely adapted to the new behaviors, cheaper, fastest, closest to the new user, without any paperwork, without any agent fee, just reserve, book, and you have the new workspace. Our business model is really simple. We can scale fast because we don't have to rent or buy any of this property. So we are cheaper than the traditional market. We collect the rent, we charge 10% to the landlord and 3% to the user. We do it because we have a really great team. For example, Patricio was the person who did the business for Despegar.com in the whole Latin America, and then Land.com, two big tech companies here in Latin America. And Leo, for example, he's the former CEO of WeWork in Chile. And also Ivan, who is the tech guy, he already built 10 products. So we have the experience, the knowledge to this new way to work. So when we launched our platform April this year, and with an obsession of the customer, we just grow and grow and grow. In April, we have just 9 clients. In September, we have 52 companies. That is almost 600 people using our platform with an investment of $2,000 per month, just growing and growing by themselves because the problem is what we are solution. We have more than 90 locations in Chile with a coverage of 70% of the country in just a month. We have world-class alliance like Banco Santander with their product Work Cafe, and that will impact 114 companies here in Chile. All disruptive technology is always in our DNA. We are recognized because of that. The market size of offices is trillions of dollars. We are looking forward to impact it. But maybe I can invite you to live the new way to work, because for this important minute, I reserved through Europe a place to give this meeting to you and present it. So I'm not in a co-work. I'm in a private office. This is a corporate office, which published that office in a platform for another company to use it. So this is the new way to work. The new way to work needs technology to find your happy place to work. Welcome to the new way to work. Welcome to Europe. Thank you.
Excellent presentation. Really, it's something that we need to change our mind in this case, because offices are the past. I think that's something new. That's something the first time I hear that. So first question will be Anil Joshi, because Gallo is always the first. Anil, go ahead, please.
So nice presentation, Carlos. Interesting, you are helping adopting to new way of working. I have 2 questions. One, what is your cost of acquisition for onboarding customers, and do you have to share some revenue with your real estate partners?
Yes, our acquisition cost at the moment is 100 per customer per company. And the second question I didn't understand very well. So if you can repeat it, please.
So you help finding locations near my place where I can go and work, right? So this real estate partners, you have to share some rent with them, or you charge them?
I didn't hear very well, but if the maybe I can explain it. But you said we didn't look for a specific new office. We call the landlord partners. The partners just upload their space, autonomous in our platform, and that we are living is that in an organic way we are getting new spaces along the country in Chile. So they do it by themselves. We have zero digital marketing investment in the partners in the offer because the pain is really true for the whole world. So they are uploading by themselves in our platform in an organic way.
Interesting. Cool. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Dario, brief question.
Absolutely. I have two encompasses into one. Carlos, great presentation, interesting concept, like your extraordinary business results within the Chile region. My question concerns your go-to-market strategy. Does it encompass the expansion in other countries like Peru or any other country in the Latin America? So can you tell me a bit about that? And additionally, can you explain how your platform functions? You know, what are their features, functionalities that are competitive to other players in your industry?
Okay, perfect. We want to go to Mexico for the next step because we went there in June of this year, and they have 35% of vacancy in the office industry. And also, Ciudad de Mexico is the second place of biggest inventory and officers. So they are bleeding out. So we can help them to revitalize the office market. So also, when you have millions of square meters empty, you have millions of people at the houses. So they need some solution to looking for a place to work near to their location or a new corporate office because all of users are finding the new corporate office. So not for 30 persons, for 10, because the new way to work, you know. And our platform has...
Finished up.
Okay, our platform has dashboard where the partner can upload for themselves every kind of workspace, and also have a booking engine so they can accept or reject, and also see financial history or in real time of the new bookings. We already built the peer-to-peer or end-to-end platform. So a user, I don't know, can find some place and he interact directly with the space through our platform. And for the B2B user, they can reserve or book 100% online through our platform.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. Now, it's turn of Alfonso de la Guarda. He's VO365. VO365. Go ahead, Alfonso.
Okay, thank you. Wait a sec, please. Can you see my screen? Yep. Can you see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. VO365 is a diagnostic, follow-up, monitoring, analysis, and medical surveillance platform. It also integrates a powerful monitoring tool for chronic patients, which radically improves response times in patient care, and therefore the timeless of care and the reduction of care costs. What is VEO? This is VEO. It's a digital platform for clinical care, medical surveillance, monitoring, epidemiological monitoring, education, and prevention for cities, health centers, organizations, and companies. Right now, what is offered in VO365 is comprehensive clinical care for all the process of the clinical care using mostly telemedicine, but also works with medical using a mix between remote operators or physical places to, for example, diagnostic health, X-ray or anything like that. Chronic offers also chronic monitoring, medical surveillance, epidemiological surveillance. Also manage the side of the occupational health, which is very important in some countries where we have regulation about how the companies or the country needs to manage the health of the employees, offering operational standards, education and prevention, and obviously the protocols for occupational health. Make platform for health is very complex because you need a lot of validation, and that's why we need to work between a clinic, a health center, and the company. And we are working about 2 years in research and development to mix and try to uh, and try to um, work and understand very well the health problems in not only in our country, in Peru, if not in every country, because we are using, for example, standards from OMS. Using the association with that clinic, we can access to many companies in Peru, which we have tested the platform in many ways to validate all the medical process. Right now, that's our we offer. We have a mobile application. We can see that in a brief, and a business dashboard. And also we offer some auxiliary services. The mobile app, for example, offers options for chronic monitoring, statement, protocols, find out on news, for example, actionary controls, recipes and indications, profiles, and everything like that. The clinical dashboard offers a dashboard in multiple views that can allows to the medical team control the symptoms or the status of any patient in multiple conditions. That's, for example, a view of the platform, the dashboard, offering multiple options. I have a notice in that point. We are this application in 2 languages, in English and Spanish. Right now, the screenshot it has in Spanish, is in Spanish, but we have the version in English too. Okay, that's an example for that. The application. In terms of our services, real-time information analysis of people health, verification and automation of operational standards, automatically schedule tasks with business rules, integrates with multi-channel messaging, also offers clinical interoperability with layer HL7, CDS, Log, Fire, DICOM, SNOMED, and everything like that. And optional, we offer medical surveillance or remote monitoring 24/7 by health professionals. BO365 is a different way to do in medicine, preventive before reactive. That's the flow of the deployment of our platform for each medical center, company, or anything like that. Preparation, startup, interoperability of an integration, analysis and decision making for real-time analytics. That's our team. Well, in fact, our team is bigger. We have a lot of doctors and nurses, but this is our main team. Right now, I am the CTO. Well, that's all we have. And before I finish, I need to show, for example, the platform working right now. If you see this is a real time, they're receiving health status from a big company in Peru. And the doctors are receiving the data in this moment with the symptoms of every employee in real time. And the employees use this app. We have a hybrid application, and they feel using this application to indicate their symptoms for multiple diseases. Right now, we start controlling COVID-19, but also monkeypox, and surely we can define any control of any disease. But obviously, that's how we start, because right now we have a complete solution for telemedicine and health by itself. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Alfonso. Very nice presentation. Now we will move to the questions from the judges. Let's see. Gallo always asking.
Oh, thank you, Aldo. Well, my question concerned about.
I see one of our judges is leaving us. Sorry, I see. I know this different time. Go ahead. Thank you very much to join us. Go ahead, Gallo.
Thank you very much, Aldo. Well, I'm trying to understand what your integral solution encompasses. Is it focused on specialty in general medicine, or is it going more deeply in internal medicine, like cardio medicine, respiratory, and things like that?
Oh.
Can it provide diagnostics or at least information for medical doctor on any whatsoever, or is it just a broadly app that helps them to have a historical information with some diagnostics within the application? So that said, my question is focused on your commercial capabilities. So can you offer your solution as a complete solution to be applicable to any hospital, polyclinic, or whatsoever in that broad sense?
Yeah, very good question. Well, in fact, we are a complete clinical solution. Even in my presentation is not completely clear. I understand that right now, but for example, in chronic monitoring, we can control in real time the health of a chronic patient. Right now we have diabetes and hypertension, and very soon we will start with mental health, okay, and also chronic pain. Behind that, there is a lot of doctors and AI which receiving the information from wearables, and also the information of the user that fill the form. For example, what time take the pill, the losartan, or anything like that. And after that, we start to analyze the information, and the doctors detects a breach or potential breach to a very critical condition. For example, in a case of hypertension and a stroke, right?
Yeah.
It's very complex in that part. And in the terms of the economic, in terms of the sales, well, that's a very complex platform. And also we need to understand the privacy concerns, because we are FDA. Then we deploy a completely cluster to the customer with about 27 microservices, with also offers in a special VPN, and the database is located in their country, for example. Curiously, we can deploy that in only 5 minutes, because we choose the location of the cluster. But that's why we need to understand that we can deploy in a county, in a state, in a hospital, in a company, in any. Usually, this is not for end user, if not private or public organizations.
My additional question, thanks for the answer so far, would be concerning cardiac and pulmonary patients, since they're making up the largest number of cases both locally and globally, probably for your market as well. You know, the number of cases with people with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, with any heart disease whatsoever. And
that's a good question. Well, right now, that's important to say. We haven't started only with an angel investor, which right now is investing in everything. Like, we haven't received any fund. That's why we need to find some partners in many countries to start deployment in multiple countries. The market is very interesting because the 30%, for example, in US, because we want to start some tests in US the next year, starting in January, and Canada also, in Spain and England, for the clinic validation. The average users is about 30% of hypertension users, and the diabetes is about 20% of the population more than 50 years.
Yeah,
and we will grow to 87 chronic control diseases.
Thank you very much for thoroughly answering my question. Looking
you,
forward to interaction.
We need to move forward to the next startup, Rocking, Cristóbal Ojeda.
Hi, hello, thank you.
Go ahead, Cristóbal.
Can you see my screen? Yes? Go. Well, in Rocking, we are giving stability and financial protection for everyone. And there's something we call is the perfect storm. The perfect storm is because in Latin America, the access to financial products has grown rapidly in the last years, but not as well the financial knowledge. Like 50% of the population doesn't know what the interest rate is. And this drives to bad financial decisions for people, and also impose the struggle to manage of their personal finance and make financial decisions, because many people can't meet their household expenses at the end of the month. They can't save every month, and they spend a big amount of their income paying debts. And this not only affects people, but also affects companies, where in their productivity, their retention, and the employees of the health of the employees. For example, 60% of people who are looking for a new job is because of financial stress, or many of them are also with a financial stress, they have a mental disease or poorer mental health. So then we created Rocking, that is a financial personal trainer for employees, but also a tool to improve retention and the cash flow in every company. It's a benefit that a company can give to their employees to improve their financial management and their health, giving them the chance to manage and analyze their expenses, to improve their finance and get financial education, but also to choose the best products for them in a round of savings, credits, loans, and more on, with the advisory that we give to them in our application. They can manage, learn, and save in an easy way. But also is a tool for HR to improve the retention and to reduce the loans and salary advance they give. We give this as a tool for the company to improve this with our retention score forecaster, where we take into account several variables to project the different the chance that an employee can leave the company, and we give them also a certificate of financial health to improve the high rules. Latin America is a great market with plenty of opportunity, and there's a huge amount of funding for talent retention, of course, because of the COVID. And we have a total addressable market of around 21 billion, reaching the main companies that in the formal sector in Latin. The team is formed by the 3 founders who have a lot of experience in the digital area and also in the finance area, as well as in the regulatory sector, because there's plenty of change in the last years. Our recurring revenue is from 3 main streams. One is from the companies that have a monthly payment for each employee that's using the platform around $2. Also, we charge for an amount of an admin fee every year for the investments that are made in our application. And also we have a rebate fee from the loans that are given through our application. We are improving the productivity, retention, and the financial health of every employee in an agnostic way. We don't have a preference for any financial decision or financial institution in the country. We have gamification to motivate people to learn and improve their personal finance. And we also give a tool for HR that they can use in their everyday work. Nowadays, we're working with 10 companies and reaching around 25,000 people with our platform. And we have the main clients are AgroSuper, DHL, and Garces Fruit in Chile. And we're also talking with the big enterprises here in Chile also and in the region. In the last month, we made a partner with Finerio. It's a fintech from Mexico, we are the representatives here in Chile and Latam for PFM solutions. And we also have a partner as Vector Capital to do the investments. That's the invitation to impact the better for a better future for all through the financial education and financial health.
Thank you, Cristóbal. Nice presentation, perfect. Now, Cristian Gallo Subatra.
Leave it up to Subrata.
Yes.
Thank you, Gallo. Thank you.
Glad to see you, my friend.
You're arriving late, but go ahead with your question.
Thank you for the generosity. Yeah. So I just wanted to understand, how do you do it? What's your secret sauce? I mean, I understand the problem that you're solving and you have got a fair amount of traction. So if you could sort of, give a little bit of your, secret sauce. I mean, not obviously letting the secret out, but give us some flavor.
Yeah, we're building this platform from the user, so they are feeling really represented by the functionalities and how we are solving their personal finance problems. But we're also working with the enterprises that have seen that there is a real problem that they can't solve about the financial health of their employees. So they have been receiving the needs of financial problems of the employees and didn't have the tools to help them. So the combination of those are a very good product for enterprises and for companies, and also for the users in the behalf.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Dario.
Thank you, Aldo. I'll try to be short. Interesting concept, great presentation. My question would concern first and foremost about your competitors. So please elaborate on your competitive landscape and focus on what makes you special among others. And second question is more of internal nature, because there is a specific concern about the discrete information of each employee, and sometimes they're not ready to disclose their health status. So what about your security concerns and discrete information for every employee, having in mind that there are health issues that it can affect their employment or long-term employment, if you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, thank you, Gallo. About the first question, our main competitors are focused on debt right now. They're trying to solve debt problems that are the main one in our country, but many people has to solve this in a holistic way. They need to understand their budget, their debts, and also their savings. If they only focus on debt, they don't have an holistic view of their financial problem. And that's our main differentiator. We have the tools to understand your finance, but also to take action over them. And about your second question is really interesting, and we have been talking about it with companies and with the users. And we always make a really great statement about we're not using your data to show it to your company. We are very clear with that with our users.
Especially because in many cases, if the employment law allows companies to abuse this kind of information, and that's why I have some security concerns. For example, I speak about my part of the world, but also with the best practices in the region, because they sometimes change their environment because of the strict laws that saves the privacy of each employee, and their health is their own thing, if this doesn't affect their professional engagement or their working capacity. So in that sense, I went with my question. So go ahead, please wrap up.
Yeah, sorry. And this term also, companies, we give them the information in a rapid way. They can see in an average of their employees or by different sectors in their company, but not an individual one. And we're very clear with this with our users, because they are very sensitive with this information and they want to share. They don't want to share unless they want to, because in some cases that have been interesting, they want to share it because companies have some tools to help them to, for example, renegotiate a debt or loan and have a better condition with the company. So we give the power to the user to use that information in their behalf, so they can improve their personal finance.
Thank you very much for your kind answer.
Thank you. And Anil, if you have a brief question, if not, you go ahead with.
Just last one thing. What I understand that your revenue model is $2 per employee. You charge to employer, right?
Yes, $2 per employee monthly.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so what if employer decides not to decide to discontinue? What happens to your revenue model?
Nowadays, we're charging for the whole company, the $2 for every employee. But in the next step, if we're trying to charge just for those employees that are using the app or they have access to it and have a recurrent use of this. But the main revenue income is not from the payment of the company. But if it is from the products that every user can hire in our platform: insurance, debts, loans, or investments. That's our main revenue streams.
Okay, thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you, Cristobal. It's like a marketplace from this area, financial area. You have all together, so you decide.
But personalized for each one.
Personalized, yeah. Thank you very much. Now we need to move forward and welcome Amy Leon from POW Foods. POW Foods. Go ahead, Amy.
Yeah,
POW
that's
Foods.
the name.
Yes.
Thank you. So I will share my screen and please let me know when you can see it. Can you see the screen?
Perfect, Amy.
Okay, so let me just one sec. And okay, yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Amy, CEO and co-founder of POW Foods. And we say to the people that we give the people the power of eating without worry. And why? Because we know that by the 2015, we will be able to feed only half of the world population. And that's a huge problem for all of them. And if this trend continues, the future generation will require the double amount of crop to feed them. So it's something that we need to discover new technology to develop better food. And that's why we create POW Foods. We are a biotechnology company that develop we are the authentic match between the taste and nutrition for those who seek the best protein. And why we say we are the best protein? Because after 2 years of research and development, we developed a biotech process to replicate the taste and the texture of any animal product using just protein and yeast, totally natural. And also the huge advantage is that we can develop highly nutritious product compared to other meat alternatives and also to the meat products as well. This is our laboratory. In this case, we use the yeast and the proteins to create the best energy, the best synergy to create the texture and simulate the flavor of these products. And in terms of our portfolio, now we have 4 products that are currently selling in Cencosud, in Jumbo, in one of the top retailers in Chile. And we have 4 products that are focused on the flexitarian market, because we know that change one habit is really it's really difficult. So we're just changing what about is made the product, just the ingredients, of course. So we have a portfolio of sausages, nuggets, and chorizo as well. Products that are really focused on the Latin American market, and all of them has the sensor experience, are high in protein with no labels and environmentally friendly. And why our customer prefer Pau Foods compared to another brand is because the delicious taste, the nutritional value, and also the lower environmental impact. And this is a picture of our product that you can enjoy in the same way as you enjoy the meat product. And if we compare with another plant-based market, we know that we discovered that we have another competitor that are focused just on the taste. Other are with a tier more higher, with a really cost that is higher. And we have a space that we can cover here, and we can capture this opportunity because we have more nutritional value in terms of the price and grams. And by the end of this year, we will be the first plant-based startup with a 100% free label portfolio. That's a huge advantage in terms of the market. And in our business models, we are selling through wholesalers, to retail, food service, specialty stores. And in the long term, we will develop an algorithm to develop 2 times faster and to develop to tailor-made to another companies. In terms of traction, this year we will sell more than $140,000 with more than 50% of growth, with more than 40% of an average margin. And what's next for Pau Foods? Now we're covering 100% of the point of sales of Jumbo. We will continue with Castaño, food service chains, and Copec as well. We will want to be the lead of Latin American market, and this is just the beginning. We are in a soft landing program with Grupo Éxito and Colombia to reach that market as well. We have 17 people experience in different areas with experience in Coca-Cola, Mondelez, Sadia, etc. So we are the key specialists in different areas of the market. Also, we have received support from Startup Chile, Startup Science, Corfo per Chile, and Transform Alimentos. Our factory is a little bit sustainable. For 40% of the energy is obtained in a sustainable manner. And also our marketing strategy compared to another brands is focused on the educational role that we will have. We are looking for $1 million for 80-month operation to break even in Chile and Colombia as well. We have received safe from the United States and also from Germany. And something that I want to let you know is that we reached our maximum capacity, and the opportunity just in one retailer is more than $42,000 of revenue. So this is just the beginning for us, and we want to enjoy it, and we want to invite you to join us, because we develop all this huge opportunity with retailers, food service, and also with Colombia as well. With your help, we will transform the industry, the quality people, and the next generation as well. I invite you to, together, we will create a new food generation. Thank you.
Great presentation, Amy. Thank you very much. Now we're open to a few questions. I don't know if we have. Well, no, Gallo, before you ask something, just Amy, I want to know who is competing with you in that food market, because what is true is that sometimes you want to eat beef or meat without killing the cow. So who else is in your country or in your competitor area?
Yes, in Chile and in Latin America as well, we can find brands such as Beyond Meat. They have they are the leader of the plant-based market worldwide. They have more than 10 years of experiment and 10 years of in the market. We're on IPO as well. And also we found a similar situation in Colombia as well. That is, there exists or there is three tiers, something focused on just on the price, not in the quality of the product. Another that is a huge, really expensive, that is focused on the really good value of the product, but not focused on improving the health of people. And that's why we are different compared to the competitors.
Thank you, Amy. You're different from both sides. Gallo, go ahead.
Thank you, Aldo. Amy, splendid presentation. You know, it's kind of a comprehensive with everything what we need to know within the 3 minutes. So it's as I said, you know, I don't have a particular question aside of your go-to-market strategy and your expansion, since I see that you're already doing good within your targeted market. So please give us a bit hint about your expansion. Are you planning to go globally or just focusing on LATAM or any country in the region?
Yeah, that's a good question. Now we are in the seed stage of, I mean, so for this stage, we want to reach the Latin American market, Colombia, Chile, Peru, and Mexico as well. But then we want to go globally. We want to reach the Europe market and also the North American market, because we know partner and our first investor are from there as well. So we know that we have differentiation in terms of the nutritional value, healthy and wellness, and in that in terms of innovation, we know and we're really sure that we can compare with those competitors. So we want to be globally and we want to be multinational as well.
Are you working with some potential connections to help you explore such event? I mean, speaking about signing a letter of interests, NDAs, and everything that goes with exchanging information that would probably result in some pre-contract or a contract eventually when you're planning to launch your product on different market. So what would I like to know, because I have seen your extensive team, you know, is it all the people that are listed on your team are part of the management, or some of them are concerned as a board of directors or advisory board or etc.?
No, all of them are part of the team, but the part of the left side is the partner, the founder team, I mean. So in the founder team, we have people with a lot of experience, more like 5 years of experience in sales, in marketing, and also we have a senior development who is in charge of the development of this product, who has more than 30 years of experience with a lot of companies. So we are the great team to achieve this, and we are in discussion with South America, with another big funding round, big venture capital, but we are looking for angels investor as well.
Very much. Looking forward to interact and connect and to see is there any connection within between markets that I can connect you with. or potential investors as well. So
Perfect.
look,
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Gaio. Amy, great. Now, the final presentation. The startup is We Build. How do you say that, Daniel?
We call ourselves We Build. Yeah.
We Build, yeah. Perfect, Daniel Pardo. You go ahead, please.
All right, so do you see my screen? You do? Okay, great. So, well, I'm the last one. Hopefully you have a little bit of energy. I'm gonna try to keep it short, but I'm Daniel Pardo. I'm the co-founder and CEO of We Build. And there we go. All right, so real estate is the world's most important store of wealth. It's valued at over 300 trillion, and yet it is highly inaccessible to the masses. This is particularly problematic in Latin American countries with unstable economies where savings get lost by high inflation, high interest rates, or just unjust government practices. So what we're doing is that we're creating the ultimate marketplace for real estate investing based on blockchain technology, where anyone can invest in fractional property or developments from as little as $50, guided by sustainability principles. So let's say Juan, imagine Juan, which would be a factory worker from Argentina, being able to purchase 3 square meters of a property in Miami for rent in dollars, 100% online, and in less than 10 minutes. So now he's accessing stable, low risk returns from, let's say, 6% returns that will literally change his life. And what if he could access developments as well? So he could purchase fractional equity in a development, and now he's accessing experienced developers or partners and maybe 15% returns. And so that's kind of our dream. That's what We Build is about. Our model is very simple. We Build gets 5 to 10% commission on raised capital and 2% of monthly administered rents. Our first offering, which was, I think we launched 2 months ago, raised over $550,000 within 30 days. So it was around $800 in average ticket size. Our community has grown to over 5,000 members. So we think of them as 5,000 potential future investors. And we have received calls from over 31 developers all around Latin America wanting to be a part of the project. So we have a great deal of deal flow in our wait list. Our offerings, you know, why are we different? Because our offerings include developments, not only properties. We focus on Latin American investors, which are the markets that we know. Our offerings have this ESG strategy approach to them. And we have put together a collaborative organization with a really all-star team of people that are really important to the real estate side of things, the technological crypto side of things, the regulatory side of things. There's a lot of legal things that need to be sorted out. We've invested a lot in a legal framework with the best lawyers all across the US and Latin America. And as a CEO, I have been in real estate for more than 15 years, both in real estate investing and developing. So we have a great team behind this. In the future, we see governance tokens, for instance, being distributed by developers to their neighbors for decisions on paint or landscaping or different alternatives. We see fractional investors providing services like architecture or design or marketing, and we see construction companies sharing fractional equity with, for example, their as bonus packages with their employees, so they can co-own whatever they're building. So, you know, there's just, We Build will unleash the power of real estate investing and decentralized building. So that's why we call ourselves that. It's not the future of real estate is not I build, you build, or they build a better world, but it's we build. So, you know, join us. Hope you are interested in who we build.
Yes, Daniel, where is your last presentation with your contact information? Okay.
So I think there's a couple of questions.
Yeah, we have questions. Christian is there and Subhatra too. Please go ahead, Christian.
Yes. Hi, Daniel. Congratulations. Interesting. Can you tell me the actual traction that you're having selling shares the last months? The second question is how do you manage the local restrictions for the property share management, and how do you manage the usage of the property with different users?
All right, so the first question, we launched the company, we created the company in May, so we were really early. We started off with a pre-seed, and now we're moving on to the seed. We did this first offering, and so we got around $600,000 out of more than, I think it's around 700 investors. The investors came from all over Latin America, mostly Chileans, of course, but a lot of people from Peru, a lot of people from Argentina as well. And so in terms of regulation, our first offering is in the United States. So what we needed to do is create a legal framework around two things. First is where the offering takes place. So for instance, we're regulated by the SEC. And what we've done is this legal framework that as long as we comply with a bunch of guidelines, we can sell our fractional ownership. So for example, when you go in our website, you have to do a KYC, right? Know your customer process. We need to send those databases to an AML and laundry asset check as well. There's a number of regulations that we need to comply to be able to offer our offerings in the US. And then from a regulatory standpoint in where we offer, so Chile or because we're offering in the US, we also need to comply with a certain amount of things. The fintech regulation that was recently published in Chile is of great importance, because now we fit into the crowdfunding category. So, what is interesting about this, and I always say this, our innovation is first technological, but is mostly regulatory. That's where really the main focus is. What we've created, our lawyers, our attorneys, grab their heads and say, guys, this is great because we've really created a framework that works across. So I think, that's where we're at the moment.
Okay, so it's MVP status, no sales yet.
MVP, so the first sales, right, of the first offering, which would be our MVP, which is one, right? And that's
financing, no?
No. The 500K is what we do is we put an offer, right? So let's say our first offering was an apartment in Miami. Investors come in and they say, hey, I want to acquire a piece of that. We charge 5% commission. So out of the 600K, we got 30,000 revenue, right? Which is around 6%. And that's our revenue for this MVP, right? And now we're focusing on bringing deal flow moving forward that replicates that.
Do you manage fractional ownership? Are you also responsible of managing that fractional ownership as Pacaso model or Alegría, or it's different?
No. So what we do is we have to we're a marketplace. So Alegría is more on the property management side of things. We put together investors with offerers, right? It could be a development company. And so what we offer is something that is completely taken care of. In this first offering, you will go in and it will say who the developer was of the property and who the property manager is. And you can get in and find the track record. These guys have, 100 units in the same building. This is the revenue that they charge. This is what they charge, all this. And if you're okay with that, then you decide you invest. What we manage is only treasury, right? So what we do is that when we get monthly rents, it'll go into our system and it distributes it to the fractional owners, and we manage the legal entity, right? So paying for the LLC on a yearly basis and all these things from a legal entity. But we do not manage the property.
Okay, I understand. So it's more, you compete with who in Latin America? Capitalizarme?
You could say that honestly. We compete with Realty, which is the #1 in the US. Realty started off a couple of years ago. They've done over 150 offerings. The truth of the matter is that this technology is very new. So really fractional ownership, you could say it's crowdfunding platforms, which are a little bit more in our side of things than Capitalizarme. But this is very new, and we're in the verge of what is being called the most revolutionary technology for real estate in the last 30 years. So it's coming. There's a lot of people that will come up. We know this is like the .com era 20 years ago or 30 years ago. You know that e-commerce is coming. This is coming. There's going to be a lot of players. The real question is who's doing it first and who's leading and who has the team to do it. So.
Yeah, one final question from Suatra, and then we will start the final voting for the judges. Please complete your votes, please, judges.
Yeah, thanks, Aldo. Good stop. I really liked it. So it sounds like your target customer is basically the retail investors, right? Not really the big ones like PE investors and all, right? The retail investors with smaller check sizes. So how is it different from REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust, right? Which is getting a lot of traction across the world. I understand that you are sort of employing technologies, but I primarily want to understand how are you different from the REIT?
Great question. So I would say two things. The first is rates people need financial knowledge, right? So if there's someone in let's say a farmer out in the fields in South America that wants to address, they really don't. To tell you the numbers, only 6% of Latin Americans, we are over 500 million people, only 6% of Latin Americans invest in real estate, but more than 80% say they would like to invest in real estate at some point. So you have two customers. One is the, I don't know, financing or financial structure. So what I really want to do is save up and have an apartment that I maybe can get a mortgage and buy it and then get the dividends out of the rent and that sort of thing. One good thing about what we do is that we can let him not only get to the point where he has the savings to be able to purchase because we're lowering the entry ticket, but also you can diversify. So now you can own, I have 5 square meters of an apartment, 10 of an office building, and not only here, but you have it. I have some stuff in Chile, some in Argentina, some in the US, So it's a much broader offering, and it's easier. And the other thing is we've gotten a lot of calls actually from rates, which say, hey, my lowest entry ticket is, let's say, by the way, in the US, 85% of all rates are privately held. So and only 1.3% of the whole real estate world asset class is publicly traded. So really, if you want to access something, you only can access 1% of it. Now, even if you access that, what we're getting is a lot of rates calling us saying, hey, we cannot afford, getting investors for $50. Our minimum entry ticket is, let's say, $50,000. So anything that's below that, I'm coming in and co-investing with them. So in many senses, we can also be complementary. And that's what the whole difference is. What I want to leave you with is, we can change people's lives here. If we go back to the farmer's example, he's someone that maybe is saving towards buying that property, and it will take him 20 years to save, $5,000 a year to buy, the first property. That guy can now invest those $5,000 the first year, the second year, and move along, and it's already being invested in property all around the world. So that's basically what we're trying to do, and our goal is to become the #1 investing platform in Latin America for real estate.
Got it.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much. Now we are on time to finish. We have 8 minutes to 11. So please, you have 1 minute, the judges, to complete your votes, and we will know who is the winner. here. And here is assisting me, Lena. Lena is hidden. She never showed her face because she's another event. She's in Ukraine. No, he's not Ukraine. She's from Ukraine, but he's not living there. I think for all the things that is going on over there, the war. So let's wait, and now we Christian, if you have anything to say, we will have the chance to hear you, because we are waiting for the results from Lena. If all the judges completed.
No, I'm okay up to now.
No, yeah. Well, so Daniel, I just wanted to ask you something. I hear about something very similar that your startup, but the idea was to tokenization of the property. So in that way, you have just you can choose one block, 2, 3, 4, or it depends on the number of blocks that you are dividing it. No, that's the main idea of WeBuild, no?
Yes, and if you think about it, it takes 1,000 times more effort to invest in real estate than in companies. So if you tell me, hey, look at this company, I go into many platforms in my mobile device and I can invest in it. If you tell me, look, there's this very interesting town in Peru that is up and coming, there's going to be a lot of value in real estate, and I go and say, hey, I want to purchase something. Where do I find it? I have to take a plane, negotiate back and forth, eventually do the process. It takes 6 months or 3 months or whatever it is to purchase property. Now I can kind of do the same thing. Take my mobile device. What are those 4 blocks you told me? Oh, I see that there's a few tokens that are being sold there, and I just go and purchase them. So,
well, I have the results here with me. So you remember that the winners and they will go to the Unicorn Battle event. The Unicorn Battle event, normally 2 years ago, the Unicorn Battle was per area. I mean, per continent: South America, Asia, Europe, but this year they changed the battles for specific activities. I mean, medicine, crypto, etc. So I really will ask in the organization, where are you going, the winners, if just one. But I can tell you today that we have break even between in the first place. We have 2 startups, and we'll tell you the name of both. I directly, WeBuild and Lomi. Cheers. And
congratulations to the winner. Aldo, can I ask, these are the 2 winners we have.
The 2 winners
for the event.
For the event.
Great.
Yes. Also, the rest of the startups, the number of votes that you have are very close. It was centésimas that differentiate between each of you. So I see that we have a lot of potential in our startups here in Peru and Chile, and I will coordinate, because when you pass to the next stage, to the Unicorn Battle, you will be watched by another group of VCs and angels that will and will give you more experience. But I know when I hear you, and you have a lot of experience, all of you are winners. But what I would like to do is to involve you in for the next stages. I hope we can, but by now I will mention that both of you are the winners, and you are break even, so we will have to take both of you as the winner, both. Okay, thank you very much. And I don't know, we wish you, I will see you in the next events, both of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you to all of you, Christian, to join us.
Bye-bye.